What changes with gaming when you hit your 30s? When I turned 23, dude, it like hit me. I don't know how long you guys are gonna have this, but like, you know, I guarantee that most of you guys that are watching this are like sub 25. Once you hit either high school or college, your first year, or like when homework starts getting much more rambunctious, you just stop gaming. You're focused more on school, work, whatever. That's the case with a lot of my friends right now. However, on the flip side of it, there's still a lot of other people that still play video games, but they play it completely differently. I'm at the point in my life where I am becoming the flip side of the Call of Duty lobby. When I was 14 years old playing Black Ops 2 using a DSR 50, quick scoping everyone and top fragging in every single lobby on Raid TDM, I was thinking, wow, everyone's a loser. But now I'm at the bottom of that because all of these new gen kids that can play games all day are now stomping me and curb stomping me.
I'm 36 years old, and in the world of the internet, I'm practically dead. Now, I don't necessarily feel that old, but recently I have come to the realization that I am no longer young. The way I think about my life, my habits, and my day is vastly different now to when I was younger. A lot has changed. Things that I once considered important are now not.
Sex, drugs, and games. Sleep. Okay, I don't know when you guys started drinking coffee or if you guys are ever gonna drink coffee. I started drinking coffee immediately when I got into college. Most goddamn people, dude, when I was in high school, I remember going to school, freshman year, sophomore year. Dude, kids were going to school, Dunkin' Donuts. 7 a.m. $5 of coffee every day. You do not need to spend $5 of coffee. $5 for coffee? You're fucking insane. You can buy a $10 coffee ground box. A coffee machine's 20 bucks. Creamer, 10 bucks. Boom, you have coffee. I don't know why people spend, I get it. Convenience. You buy it at the store. Buy a tumbler. Bring the coffee in a tumbler, but don't buy fucking Dunkin' Donuts at I'm sorry. It pisses me off.
But one thing that's always been consistent in my aging process is my love for video games. As far back as I can remember, my main hobby in life has always been video games.
When did you guys start playing video games, actually? I will always tell this story every single time. I specifically remember the exact date I picked up video games. It was a lonely December, and I was stalking my aunt and my uncle when they visited my house at 10 p.m. at night. I crouched over my staircase at the very, very tippy top. I saw them on the couch, and my uncle at the time was playing something. I tried peering closer. I ended up rolling forward down the stairs looking like Sonic the Hedgehog, and I hurt my head. Onto my uncle, of course, tried to comfort me, and my uncle was like, hey, check this out. And he showed me a crimson red DS, dark red, burgundy, whatever color you want to say. He was playing Pokemon Diamond, and he was specifically playing in the 8th city. He was walking around in the snow. That day marked the rest of my gaming life, because then the day after, I begged my parents for a DS. I eventually got it, and then from there, I picked up a bunch of games from Blockbuster. I ended up eventually going for a PSP, and then, you know, eventually by 4th grade, got my Xbox 360, played Minecraft. You know, took my parents a month for me to get Xbox Gold, and then history was there. Whatever.
But recently, I've been feeling like I'm losing my spark for this medium. There was a time I'd get chores done so that I'd be able to jump into whatever world I wanted to and decompress. But now, I look at this hobby as the chore. I find that I spend more time wishlisting games than actually playing games. My hobby has become collecting rather than playing.
My hobby has become collecting rather than playing. Wait, that kind of hits hard for me. Because what? I'm 23. I know I did I ranked all of my games that I played in 2025. But in 2024 and 2023, dude, that actually hits so hard. Because I downloaded games like Sekiro, Dark Souls 3. I downloaded Celeste. I downloaded Outer Wilds. Never played it. I downloaded it. I tried it out for like an hour and I didn't like it. And I didn't like it not because it was bad, but because I just tried it. And I was like, why would I do this when I could go work out? Or when I could just make a Terraria video and actually pay the bills? Or I can just go, I don't know, do something productive. I was just collecting games for the shit of it, just cuz. Damn, I didn't even realize that. That's what I was doing. Like, obviously now I play games and I make series on them, super cool. But like, I think if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't do that. Like, let's be real right here, right? Anyway, let's lock in.
So why am I not getting excited to actually play them? I still enjoy the buzz and the excitement around them, just not the physical act of playing.
Oh, peak! Oh, look at this guy! PSP in the modern era? Whoa!
It's a question.
PSP, by the way, way ahead of its time. I don't know if you guys had a PSP, dude. PS fucking P. Oh my god, you could watch TV on it. Blew my goddamn mind. Maybe that's like a futuristic PSP. I only had the original PSP, dude. The PSP.
Have I changed, or has the gaming world changed? Is this a bad change? Are games getting worse? There's a lot of factors to consider with this subject. One of those is As far back as I can remember, I've been playing in the 90s with the point-and-click adventure games on PC, to Sonic and Micro Machines on the Sega Mega Drive, to now having multiple consoles and a PC to enjoy. In my teens, time was never a thought that entered my mind. It was so easy for me to wake up at 10 a.m.
Okay, I think the point he's gonna make is like, okay, you're an adult, gaming in your 30s, you just don't have as much time as a kid, right? Obviously, when you were in 4th to 5th grade, you could finish your homework, maybe took you an hour, and then afterwards you got 5 hours of free time. Let's say you finish school at 3 o'clock, get home, finish homework, eat 4 o'clock. Well, now let's say you sleep at 9, you got 5 hours to do whatever. You can no life Fortnite, do whatever you want, right? And I think the point he's gonna make is obviously when you're an adult, you can't really do that. I don't even think that's true. Yes, when you're an adult, you have less time. Let's say you have, you know, a job, kids, wife, got to visit family, you got to do chores, right? But let's hypothetically say you do have an extra 5 hours of whatever to play games. I feel like when you're an adult, you don't play the games not because, like, yeah, it's a mixture of time, but also, why would you? I think when you're an adult, you've seen more of the world and you're not just like, you know, like when you're a kid, all you know is school, goo goo gagas, not to eat crayons, and okay, school lunch. That's kind of all you know. But by the time you're 30 years old, you've had ample time to go out. You have a car. When you're in 4th grade, the fastest thing you could ride is a Razor scooter, okay? Maybe you can go to the deli. That's it. But when you're an adult, you can drive. You can go to places. You can go to the mall. You've met people. You've met people your age. Vastly different things. I feel like the biggest thing between someone that's super young and super old with gaming, at least, is you've, as a 30-year-old, experienced more of life. Why would you spend more of that time on your computer than going out and doing other stuff? Like, for example, I went to Japan 3 years ago. First time ever leaving the country. The best experience I've ever had in my life. I would trade so much to do that again. And now I cannot see me not traveling in the future. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, when you were 25, you clipped into the back rooms. Well, now your whole life is different. Maybe you never want to play backrooms games again. That's how I feel about it.
Once I have time to myself, you're looking about an hour, and that, really, if I'm lucky. Now, I'm not saying things are...
Yo, you know what I hate? This is the one thing that sucks about growing up. Like, I think will always suck no matter what. You get a job, you have enough free time to do whatever. Let's say you have hobbies. Let's say you work a 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday. You're probably spending your only break time chores. I know so many people nowadays, they work a 9 to 5, they come home, all they do on their free time, their Saturday/Sunday, vacuuming, mopping, laundry, dry the laundry, fold the laundry, the dishes. And then after they're done the chores, maybe they have a little bit of free time, but then they just go back to work. Oh my God, dude. That's eternal hell. Not eternal hell, obviously, I'm exaggerating that, but
even though I had a wealth of free time in my younger days, I did only have a handful of games to play a year. I relied on the generosity of my parents to buy me a game or two for my birthday and Christmas, and that one game would consume my time for many months. Now, of course, I have the opposite problem. I'm able to buy what I want, when I want, but have not much time to play them.
Dude, here's the thing. As a kid, $60 to buy a game, $40 to buy a game felt impossible, but you get that money, buy the game, you play the shit out of it. Now, as an adult with money, I can buy whatever I want, but I just can't play it. In my Steam library, dude, I have like 1,000 something games, barely any hours played. Oh my God, I'm gonna grow up and die, bro. Honestly, I could see myself in the retirement home. I'm like 75. I'm playing Binding of Isaac. I think that's gonna be me.
Steam sales, PlayStation sales, Nintendo don't have sales. It's a no-brainer to purchase a game with a 50, 75, 90% discount. Of course, I'm not unhappy with it. I love man, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I just have to understand that things have changed. Time was never really a factor when it came to picking games. I never took a second to think about how long is this game gonna take. But these days, found myself getting hyped for a game and instantly go into how long to beat. And if it's more than 40 hours...
Dude, I feel this so goddamn hard. I opened up Spectrobes. I checked how long it took to beat Spectrobes. Dude, it's like over 50 fucking hours. Dude, I'm not playing that. I'm fucking not playing. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna commit. Same thing with Digimon. I think as an adult, as someone that... I really felt this when I turned like 22. It's the fact of how long does a game take to beat? If it's above 20 hours, I'm not playing it. I know that I'm not gonna beat it. Like Elden Ring, I didn't really beat. The only reason why I've beaten Elden Ring was because I was making a series out of it. Like, for example, I think a perfect game length was like Expedition. Expedition 33 is like 20-ish hours. Ish. That's perfect. That's like a couple of days, maybe a weekend if you really grind, and you're done the game and you could finish it off as that. But For these other games, like 30 plus hours, dude, I can't. I just don't have the time to do that. Because like, let's say, like, let's break it down. Let's say a game takes more than 30 hours. Let's say a good gaming session a day is like 3 to 4 hours in a week. Let's say you have a 9 to 5. You got like maybe 12 hours of game time per week. It's going to take you an entire month. You're not beating that game. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. I don't know. I think that's why like a lot more people have been also just playing more indie games, because indie games are inherently shorter to a degree. Like if especially it's like a story game, like Expedition 33 is an indie game. I think it's a AA game, but 20 hours. That's why I finished it. What's another game that I tried and I couldn't finish it? Digimon, bro. Digimon's like 60 hours. Fuck my life.
I have to ask myself, is this worth it? Say I only had 1 hour of gaming a day. That one game would take me over a month to finish. And again, that's if everything goes exactly to plan. There's been days where the day itself has been an absolute shit to me. And at 9 PM, I just want to unwind with some easy, consumable media. You scramble to find time to actually sit down and play. You queue up the game, you'd be waiting to play forever, and then, not really feeling it.
That's why you hop on Roblox, dude. You hop on Roblox. I think I've enjoyed playing Roblox more as an adult than I did as a kid. Because like Roblox, you hop on, there's no stakes, no ranks. You just have fun. You want to play Spelling Bee, play Spelling Bee. You want to play GeoGuessr, play GeoGuessr. It's just super fun and chill. It's not like, it's not super, how do you describe it? There's not like a big commitment to it. You can leave whenever. And I feel like that's a really nice thing to have like as an adult.
And having a time limit on my head, I end up scrolling, trying to find that perfect game to play, and end up playing nothing. However,
queue it up, then it updates. By the time it updates, you've fallen asleep. Oh my god, dude. Valorant. By the way, Valorant sucks.
An hour or two a day is not that bad. That's enough to play something, just not enough time to play everything. I guess to help with that issue, I may need to reevaluate my interests. With all my hobbies, I've never really been one to narrow my interests. I genuinely do listen to all genres of music. Metal, jazz, rap, math rock. I watch films from all corners of the world and in any language. And it's the same with video games. I do prefer some genres of games to others, but I basically play them all. If it has an interesting mechanic and a decent gameplay loop, well, I'm in. I've always taken on more than I can handle. Even to this day, I've added extra pressure on myself to learn Japanese before I'm 40, to lose weight before the summer, to start a YouTube channel to talk about games, as well as keeping up with my guitar practice and keeping up with my actual gaming. I'm a hobbyist. Trying to balance all these things is impossible. And when I do one, I feel guilty about not doing the others.
Dude, I feel that so hard. Okay, here's a personal example. I really want to get into game dev. I've been thinking about it for months so bad. I have courses on it. I've downloaded courses. I have books. And it's like, I'll spend an hour trying to code or learn coding. And I feel guilty because, oh my God, I gotta work. Or, oh my God, I gotta finish this game. And I think that's the same, like, it's just like it's just a toxic feedback loop. You know, like you cannot engage in a specific hobby because the other hobby demands it from you. I don't know how other people, you know, do this shit. But like for me personally, it's just really annoying. Me personally as a person, holy shit. This morning I woke up and personally for me, I thrive the most when I have one singular goal. I literally have the ability to just hone in on one thing and no life it. And that is like how it works. Now that I'm streaming, I struggle to do my daily uploads on this channel. Now that I've made the third channel, which is all the stream highlights that, you know, all these videos become, uploads have slowed down. So for me personally, with having a game dev development goal, let's say I play Skylanders and now I have game dev streams. Well, now I have that extra choice. I just struggle with it.
From video game FOMO. If I see a brand new game getting rave reviews and critical praise, my eyes start switching. I haven't even finished the other brand new critically praised game, and there's another brand new critically praised game out there. A gaming sin of mine. Far too often, I will drop a game mid-playthrough.
If you're planning on taking a course on game dev in college, you could actually just learn it from any course website, especially on Godot. I don't know the other languages, but like I've learned how to, I coded an app in 1 week from taking a course on Godot. It's super fun. I recommend that.
To pick up the shiny new one, only to never return to the
coding is by far the worst part of game dev. I highly disagree, Peary. Highly disagree. I think it's one of the most fun parts. It depends on how you approach it. Even though I knew nothing about coding and I hated coding, I extremely enjoyed coding in Godot. I don't know how it is for any other languages, but for Godot, it's super fun. It feels like Lego blocks.
Previous game. I'm so sorry for Mid 16. And with having an increasing backlog of games, the ability to actually pick what I want to play has become harder. There's a very well documented and researched condition called analysis paralysis, which is a situation where overthinking and excessive analysis prevents someone from making a decision, leading to inaction.
Oh my god, I feel this so hard. Analysis paralysis. I think this is like a leading thing for like game developers, actually. Just speaking about game dev, like there's so many things okay, this is actually how I feel about work. Analysis paralysis. Let's say you have 5 things you need to do or 5 hobbies you want to do. Well, because there's 5, you keep thinking maybe I should do A, B, C, D, E, F versus if you just had 1. For example, should I live stream today and play Skylanders or should I game dev? Marketing.
In my younger days, magazines were the go-to place for gaming news and reviews, to where I'd read up.
Seriously? Magazines? Wait, how did I know that Pokemon Soul Silver was dropping? No, dude, for me, when I was a kid, you know what the marketing was? You go to the local mall every Sunday, you see that billboard on like GameStop. You walk past the GameStop, you see like the big cardboard thing, Pokemon Soul Silver Heart Gold pre-order today and you get yourself a free Pokemon. Stuff like that. That's how I remembered it. Pre-order Paper Mario right now and you'll get an exclusive Bowser fleshlight.
About what was interesting and what wasn't, what new game was on the horizon, and what were, at the time, the best games of all time. I use YouTube for most, if not all, of my gaming news and so on. But when I actually look at the games that have been released this year, I haven't played any of them.
Okay, I would argue the reason why there's so many more games nowadays is because game design and game development is so much more accessible. Years and years and years and years ago, if you wanted to make a game, you would probably have to be part of like a really large team. Nowadays, you can boot up your computer, sign up for like a Steam account or whatever, and make a game in like Godot, upload it, and bam, you have a game out. And now you can use brain rot TikTok marketing to promote it. Before, you couldn't do that. You had to get the cartridge. You had to get the box thing, get a publisher, whatever that stuff. Obviously, I don't know too much about it, but I think nowadays it's just easier to make games. It's easier to make slop, which is probably why it looks like there's more games. We also had like the best ads for games. Yes, we goddamn did. I remember back then looking at all of the bad example, but looking at all of the Call of Duty ads, freaking out. Oh my god, I can't wait to play Call of Duty! Call of Duty! And then fucking Call of Duty sucks now.
But at the same time, companies want you to stay with the games for a long period of time, which does make sense. If you're going to spend 70 quid on a game, you want your money's worth. But when publishers sell the idea of long, multiple choice commitment type games, it does put me off. It is getting expensive to buy new games.
Assets are so much more easily accessible. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Fury, you found Stardew Valley from a game magazine? That's... No, you know what I actually did? I started seeing games from the Xbox Live Game Store, the Xbox like dashboard hub. That's how I found out about Terraria, and I think that's how I found out about a lot of other games. They would promote it on there. That's a DLC memory right there.
All the time. So when you do purchase one game, or even the free-to-play games, and that's where you sink your time into, it makes sense that you play one game for a long period of time. And this is only talking about the AAA market. The indie scene is bouncing with new, exciting, innovative games, all of which that I can't wait to sink my teeth into. As I mentioned, I spend a lot of time in the gaming news world. My social media following is a lot of YouTubers and so on, all of whom talk about upcoming games. What's good, what's bad. This has turned into my new magazine. I don't rely heavily on the adverts and so on for the new gaming releases.
Okay, I think this is just about marketing. Marketing for games is just different now. When was the last time you really watched a game trailer? I think most of us nowadays, if you see a game you wanted to play, it's probably from TikTok.
Around the house, thinking about all the information I've put on here. The time, the marketing, the interest. I guess I need to make some sort of... So why am I not getting excited to actually play these games? My actual interest in video games is still there. I still follow all the information. I still get excited at new releases. But why am I not actually getting excited to play them? I guess there's one question I really need to ask myself. Does any of this really matter?
That's what I'm saying, bro. When you're 30, you've just seen so much of other things. I think that's my mindset has shifted. As a kid, you hop on Call of Duty and all you care about is getting Prestige Master. When you're an adult, you're thinking, I could play the game and spend 5 hours of my life getting a digital commodity that does not matter. Or I could spend 5 hours, let's say, making money, a side hustle, cleaning the house to actually better my life. It's just like when your brain actually like develops, I think that's the struggle of it. Or you've just, you've seen so much of life and what to do. I think genuinely, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I would probably cut down 90% of my game time, except for the games that I really, really care about. But like, I really do think it's just, you got a job, just responsibilities. We're moving on.
My brain says yes, but my logical brain says no. It doesn't. I know deep down, it doesn't matter if I don't play the newest game each month. It doesn't matter that I spend 6 months playing one game. And it doesn't matter if I stop playing a game that I like.
What is this frog boss keep showing? Baoli, gone long.
The problem here is me. I guess, in a really strange way, it was my last thread holding on to my youth. I have, of course, already done a couple of things to help me. I honestly don't care anymore about needing to play a game on normal or hard. If it gets to the point where I spend too much time...
Yo, difficulty in games. I'm going to say it right fucking now. I think as an adult, games serve as a way to decompress and relax. With that being said, the older I get, the more I wish games are more accessible, which is why I understand that, game journalists complain that like Dark Souls should have an easy mode. I don't agree with that, but I get it. To be fair, I think if you're 30 years old, got a construction job, you should not be playing Dark Souls, bro. You're going to pop a blood vessel, man. However, when you're growing up and you're getting older, just the biggest thing about gaming that really does help and would probably make you enjoy gaming more when you're older is the stakes. No stakes. You can hop on a game and just play to relax. I think that's why I enjoy Brawl Stars so much, like the mobile game. I think the reason why I enjoy it is because I can hop on and play. If I lose, it doesn't matter. If I win, that's really cool. And that's it. Nothing beyond that. These other games are like, you hop on, you die, you get super mad, you get super pissed. Obviously, it depends on the game. Obviously, I don't know, God forbid you're 35 and you're playing Cuphead. Hey, you got good taste, but you're probably, you're losing your shit. I think as an adult, I have enjoyed difficulty settings more than I ever had.
On one section, the difficulty will be dropped. I'm lucky as well. I've never been a completionist or a trophy hunter. Once credits roll, I'm out. To some, all this is obvious. To me, it wasn't. My love for this hobby hasn't gone. It's just changed. There will be times I'll play an 80+ hour JRPG. There'll be times where I'll play 3 10-hour-long games in 1 month. There'll be times I'll play nothing at all in a month. There'll be a time when no new games excite me, but I'll always have a backlog of games to enjoy instead. I can still enjoy this hobby of mine like I've always enjoyed it. I just need to put less pressure on myself. I need to stop being harsh on myself for not doing everything and start enjoying doing something. The years I've spent playing games have given me amazing memories, and that's never going to go away. In a couple of years' time, I'll be able to sit down with my kids and play games with them. I'll get to show them what games meant the most to me, and they'll get to show me what games mean the most to them. And I
Roblox Girlfriend Simulator.
Can't wait for that day to come.
Oh, that was a good video. Gaming as an adult changes because you just see what life has to offer and you're thinking, why would I game when I could do something that helps my life in a more tangential way? I think the way to counteract that is to see that gaming is a way to relax and to have fun and to decompress. And I think with that is the reason why specific games change, right? When you're older, you don't really want to play Valorant every day and Mauled League every day. You want to play, like, as you guys said, cozy games.